Hi, beautiful explorer and explorers. Welcome or welcome back if you're returning to the channel. This is the Mystic Maze. Let's take our time of relaxation to enjoy the video and enter a new maze together. So for today, pick a card reading. We have 3 mazes, 3 piles for you to pick, driven by your intuition. And for today, the question is about what type of personality do you have when you're working in teams. So let's see the piles together. We have for pile number 1, patience, sorry. We have for pile number 2 and maze number 2, darkness. And for pile number 3, we do have abundance. So you can take your time and also pause the video if you want, whenever you're ready, and find your connection with your intuitions and the details or the colors, images on the cards. You can click your timestamps for your pile and you will enter your maze with me. I see you in your adventure. Hello, pile 1. What type of team player are you? This is like a sort of key is patience. So I'm feeling like there is a whole story in here, but I don't want to anticipate. So we'll keep it in the middle, or it happens 2 cards. So this would be the scenario in here of your energies, to see if it is resonating. We do have the magician, as I call it, or the thinker. We do also have an house, a home on a hill near the forest. And then we have rebirth, giving yourself a second chance, number 22. This is very interesting. The energies that I pick in here is like your personality in general is of a thinker, so I'm feeling like mindset, and could be also a dreamer. So I'm feeling like for you is a very twisted situation where you can jump in and out of your thoughts, or maybe sometimes you have many projects and ideas also in this beautiful amount of I'm feeling like with your eyes closed and this beautiful bird in here, very bluish, light blue. I'm picking like this is very reassuring. So I'm feeling like a sort of serenity coming from your ideas. So I'm feeling like you can be a person, pile 1, that is able to think a lot in the proper way. This is some sort of mindfulness. So I'm feeling like you're able to know your roads of the thinking, of the amount of ideas and sensations and things to think about that you have in your mind, your consideration as well, your opinion, there are many, and I'm feeling like in here there is a road, there is the solution in here is represented, and it's bringing you back home. So it's like you're returning to yourself very much, a lot of introspection, but also this is like a space of intimacy. I'm picking, there is a chimney with fire, smoke. So there is somebody there. It's not abandoned, it's taken care of. And I'm feeling like your cozy place also is the way you work, because I'm feeling like this is a reading for career. So I'm picking like people perceive that you are grouping with people, you're creating intimacy, and your personality is being very patient, and not only with yourself, that is some sort of vibe that I get, but I'm picking like also the chances to see new progress in other people with the rebirth card. You see how beautiful it is. There is this man protected by the dragon, generated by the dragon, or also, and also vice versa. I'm feeling like they do nurture each other, and I'm feeling like one is the inner self that you have inside, the strong creature that you have inside, the energy, the vibe. And the other one is representing your terrestrial, appearance. Something is being born and it requires some patience, some cares, when you care of something and you're taking care. And I'm picking like very gentle vibe that I have in here. And I'm feeling like also this is of a serene person. So this is not a stressful process for the person in here. So pile one, I'm feeling like you're very calm with your nerves and very balancing yourself all the time. And this is good, but because I'm feeling like this is for the best. So what other information are we missing, pile one? I want some tarots for you to see other keys. Okay, and then we have a dice, final dice. To have the key, the center, of this maze. So what time of team player are you, pile one? Very generous, I would say. This is the Six of Pentacles. I want just 3 cards for this reading. The Ace of Pentacles. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Very beautiful energies. Then we have the Five of Wands at the back of the deck. I'm picking like you want to defend yourself. This is of litigation. So I'm picking you may have many troubles with your actions, because wands are for ambition, for fire, for doing something, do your enterprise, and also bringing on your projects with a lot of dedication and passion for sure. And on the other hand, also extra energies. You're extra potent when you want to hit something, hit someone, also hit back, with words, with things. I feel like, by the way, you're very solar personality, very on fire that I have. Also, maybe fire signers can be resonating in here, but you apply to your case. And I'm picking that for you, pile one, in here there is something very good at exchanging, resources. For me, this is for sure financial. This is for stability. The pentacles in general are for something you are able to take care of, to cultivate, and also to make grow, so you can double your resources also financially. I'm feeling like this is a general offer, because this is very pragmatical, very in this dimension. I mean, I'm feeling like you're also feeling like earth signs in here, like very connected to practical things, because the Six of Pentacles is representing some exchanges of energies to give and to take, to balance perfectly this kind of relationship with resources and spaces and timing, when it is important to take care of us and put yourself first, pile one. And I'm feeling like in here is perfectly depicted, and we also have stability in the middle, and then we have brand new adventures with the Knight of Wands that is bringing news, is bringing movement, exploration for sure, is like a chevalier going around to find new adventures, and very visionary, in the things of very career oriented, or the fire signs, by the way, and for sure the Wands. And also with those 2 cards are representing a long-term situation. So this is a sort of equality, or also even helping other people and being helped back. So it's like you have the back for other people, and also vice versa. So it's reciprocated, this feeling. So I'm feeling like you're very able to balance your relationships. By the way, the main energies are represented in here with some little troubles. I feel like your words can sting like a bee, but I'm feeling like you want to bring home and make people feel home and create some sort of beautiful environment around you. So I'm feeling like you're also very wise, very creative, a thinker, basically. So very pragmatical, by the way, so very oriented for career and to the wealth fair of the group, you know. Let's have what last key in this beautiful maze. What are we missing? I want to see in this maze. We have the monkey, very intriguing, very playful as well. So I'm feeling like you are able to make some kind of jokes to play around, you know. Sometimes it's time to steam off and to relax, and this could be a plus, a little star, you know, on your jacket, by being like this little monkey, very playful, very light, very it brings some light, some, you know, funny situations. So this is everything, my dear explorer. If something resonates with you, you can comment, like, it's really free in here. And also, if you want me, you can add the bell, you know, to stay in the flow. So thank you very much. I give you my best wishes for your situation and good luck with your projects. I see you. Hello, pile 2. This is the card you picked, yes, darkness. Very intriguing and interesting. I will keep it in the middle to see. This is the starting point of your maze and of your adventure today. Let's see together some oracle cards. So we have some sort of map of the labyrinth, you know, of your situation. We do have, okay, this is like cleaning sensation that is coming to me. So there could be spaces, you're handling your spaces. In here we have darkness and something that is creating new space in some sort of way. And then we have resistance, finding your limits. Wow. The colors, I mean, in the opening is very full of many, are coming to me, piled to many sensations and emotions. And this is like someone who is very, you know, a little bit upset, I'm picking, but also very deep with things to understand, and to such a digger, such an explorer of, you know, borders of the self, of a very mystical explorer and warrior. I'm feeling like in here also. This is very, I don't know if it has something in his hand, but I'm feeling like the scene in here of this resilience is like resisting and, you know, being very tough to be destroyed, you know, to break down. And I'm feeling like very fierce and very balancing himself, very knowing that way, the self, you know, a lot of the self. And I'm feeling like if this is your case, this is very profound, introspective personality in here that I see. And I'm feeling like people do perceive of you that you are having many spaces inside of you. So there is one side that is darkness, and it's like you're possibly testing some kind of limits that you may feel, because limits are for sure pragmatical, you know. And some others can be more mental. So it's like you're sabotaging yourself or just not seeing something. And, you know, maybe it happens to you, pile, to feel stuck in a situation and you feel like there is no way out, and you're struggling with, I'm feeling like against yourself, you know. And that is one side. On the other side, I'm feeling like this is the before of another scene that is like windy, you know. There is a lot of room, there is a lot of space in here. It's like when you go and open old boxes, you know. I feel like this is the image, And this is like the cleaning you do maybe when you are at grandma's or grandpa or something like that regarding your family. It's like you have to move your things and you need to clean up your messes and your chaotic, or just on the contrary, very precise, items and objects. So the things you love or that you kept for one reason, and I feel like this is the moment of testing your reasons. So to discuss on your reasons. So it's like you're having doubts on the precedent version of, why should I keep this or should I keep that? I'm feeling like you're rediscussing yourself. And by doing that, it's like you're allowing yourself to clean some things that you want to remove, because those things are not needed right now. You have been passing through that, this is another level. I feel like your mystical self is like that. And those energies is like are trying to say to other, defy yourself. You can do that. Very interesting. I want more details, dear pile 2 with tarots. What type of team player are you, pile 2? We have the 6 of Cups, this card. We have the 5 of Cups, and we do have the 10 of Cups. Wow. The Knight of Cups. So particular. I'm feeling like this is not for everyone, dear explorers and pile 2, but if it is resonating with the details, for some of you, I'm feeling like you've been your darkness for many, many eras. How do you say that? Long time, a very long time. But I'm feeling like in the opening, we do have a Knight of Cups. So someone who is making an offer with a cup, and is for creativity for sure, but is also for liquids, so emotions. It's like you have your flow, and I feel like you are loving to stay around with people, and this is like the step before of being supportive. So I feel like you desire something for other people as well, to create some sort of bond based on trust, based on love, based on liquid exchanges, of affection, of respect, of self-esteem. And I feel like the spaces you are creating right now in yourself for this rebirth and for this resilience, is like you are staying true to yourself, because yes, in one case is a sort of rebirth, because I feel like you never find yourself being possibly that happy and satisfied by resisting and by being so true to yourself at the same time. But I'm feeling like in here we have this 10. So for you, pile 2, for some of you, if you are crossing some kind of lines to remove things, to clear your aura, okay, I'm feeling like you're very nostalgic this time. It's like you've been concentrated with your energies and resources of many with those dark thoughts that you had in your mind, and I feel like they do materialize as places, dark places and voids, maybe some kind of, and I feel like you handle that perfectly, because I feel like you're still balancing yourself, but you have a whole story, so it's very complete circular. So we have some offers that right now, the main energy you're able to do to yourself first, and also to put those energies and vibes into the energies of the group at work. I feel like people do perceive that honesty, that authenticity, the completeness that you are gaining right now is like a process. By resisting some temptations and by testing your limits, finding them, discovering yourself, exploring the darkest places and re-emerging from something, from your own right now, but very much stronger, much more complete, much more, brighter, with ideas, with your decisions, and with what you want. This is a feast, you are there, around there. This is very beautiful. And this is like also for the best of the group. This is prosperity and abundance in every field of life, from love to work, to your career, to the self, to the projects also that you may have on your mind. And the beautiful things that are coming, this is like a cleaning process that is headed right there. So very beautiful. Mind the volume. I'm using some devices in here to, if we are missing something, I would like to see an image for a key to this beautiful maze. Okay. This is, wow, a treasure. So I'm feeling like this could be very prolific for you if you handle it right, if you accept to pass all the steps or baby steps to gain that beautiful wholeness that you deserve in life, pile 2. This is very beautiful. And you have many resources and things to share. For sure, emotions, evaluation of people, you create trust, you create community around you, but this is like the first step. So it's a baby step before that completeness that you may offer, may be able to offer soon to the people that are working with you. So I feel like definitely a solo player, but also very involved in the surroundings and the environment. Very beautiful environment that you're trying to create in here, full of treasures. And I'm feeling like to share, because this is a very playful card. Yes, for sure, for nostalgia, but also feeling like kids, that are playing with others in group with. So this is everything for the moment. Beautiful pile 2 and Explorer. I hope you enjoyed. And if it is resonating, you may consider clicking, leaving a like, comment. It's very free. And also clicking the bell to stay in the flow. So to keep you updated. And I thank you very much for staying here. You have my best wishes and good luck, good fortune for all the projects that you are handling, and to gain this beautiful card, the 10 of Cups, that you deserve for sure. So thank you. I hope to see you soon. Hello, pile 3. This is the card you picked. This is abundance. So welcome to your adventure and maze, pile 3. We do have abundance, so it's giving me very maternal vibe that I get in here. And also of autumn leaves, I don't know why. Reddish, brownish, something that I feel. And also the color yellow and gold. You see also orange when you see, the grass or just the trees. And I don't know if you have a picture on your mind, but this is like a sensation that I get from earth signs usually. So if you're here, let's start. This is the starting point. I'm going to use other oracle cards to see if it is resonating with you. So what kind of team player are you? What do people perceive of that? We have trust, love, and friendship. We do have a tree. This is the life tree. This is the life tree. Very yellowish, bluish, other colors, you see. I'm feeling in here, this could be hair, but this could be for sure water. I'm feeling like water and water also. I don't know, this is the vibe that I get. And in here, earth. Earth signs, water signs and earth signs. I'm picking like your energies are not, I feel like mostly feminine energies as a team player. So it's like you're this pillar for community, for, the work group. I feel like you're such a sweetheart and caretaker for others. So I don't know what role do you have, but I'm feeling like you're very responsible for yourself. And also you're able to take care and provide for other people. So a lot of stability, a lot of care that you put, a lot of trust and friendship. I feel like even though you don't trust people, you give occasions to strangers as well to integrate and to figure their way into a group maybe. So I'm feeling like you have a solidity with your friendships, and I'm picking that the beautiful environment and bonds that you're creating with other people at work is like making you a natural connection to them. And they also know if they want something vital, so to speak, of about life matters. I feel like they can report to you, they can come back to you. I feel like the way you are cuddling this pile 3, this fox is very beautiful. It's foxes for being cleverish for sure, but I feel like they can be kitty as well. They are puppies sometimes, and I feel like you're able to cuddle, to give love to people. This is sharing your abundance. This is like your personality is for sharing the abundance that you have and that you gain for yourself, because I feel like you can be also hard worker, okay? And I feel like the harvest is here this time. It's like you have a lot of connections, a lot of expansions in here. This is the tree of life. Many colors, bluish and greenish, very beautiful. So what other information, what are we missing in here? Pile 3, I want other cards for you. This is very beautiful, and I'm feeling your energies are very clear and very direct to people in the most, you know, soft way possible, and it's like you're giving a great help also physically, I mean, in the practical things. You have the Hermit. I'm curious, so what type of team player are you, pile 3? The Knave of Cups. This is the Page of Cups. This one. And we have the Hanged Man. This is very intriguing for me. We do have Strength card at the back of the deck. I'm picking that, well, this Strength card is a lot of diplomacy. So I feel like you have very gentle words for people. I'm picking like you are very able to balance your resources, no matter if they are words, if they are gifts, if there are things that you do for other people. It's like you know it all, you know the prices and you know the efforts to do things, and you're very persistent. It's like when you have a goal, it's like you have your habits, and it's like you're straightforward. Like also the Chariot, very similar to the Chariot. You're becoming also like this King of Pentacles, so very prolific with the things you do, you know. I feel like also in here we have some sort of vibe that are different. So we do have this Hermit card that is very strong, and Major Arcana like this one, 3 Major Arcana, very specific situation in here. Energies that are very stable, okay, not the depiction of the moment. This Hermit is very full of resources as well, very witty, very wise, very a detective, you know, in the mapping, trying to map your brain, your emotions, yourself, you know, also very independent, with a lantern, with a stick, a wand, you know, a wanderer also. So he never gets lost. He'll always find something interesting, intriguing, and is very curious. You know, he loves to divide it into little tasks and, you know, adventures is life, and is keep on going. This is very beautiful Virgo vibe that I get in here. So very precise, also very connected with herb signs. And in here we do have the Page of Cups, so offering, yes, maybe your emotional side is sometimes very childish. I'm feeling like you can be a beginner in some kind of emotions that you're dealing with, or just making proposal to share your water with the group, I'm feeling, because I'm picking like this card is very strong, this one is very strong. So if you're like the mother of everyone, it may be possible that you had many responsibility, or you have it still, have them still. I'm picking like a lot of charges and burdens on your shoulders for some of you. Something like you've been learning a lot, you've been, ancient soul as well. And I feel like right now you're rediscovering yourself, but not moving. Okay, so this is like inaction and a better connection with intuition. So basically, it's like when you're detoxing yourself and your head is like much more near to the soil than to the sky, it's like you're up in the opposite position as usual time. And I'm picking that this, because for some of you maybe is like shaking your word very slowly with very precise movements, very, very slow card. And also this one. So I feel like you're taking your time. It's like you are as big as this tree, by the way, inside. I feel like the way you're expressing your role is very full of wise words, very slow movements, and feel like you're very slow. And also you're trying to put on the table the cards of showing hearts, with the connection you have at work, because yes, you trust them, you offer love, but I'm feeling like it's very hard to conquer you and to have your admiration and, so I feel like you're one of a kind, very, very reflexive personality. You reflect a lot, introspection. I'm feeling like also you're very able to listen to yourself. At least this is like the gift that you may have. Is like you're taking your time to do things because you know the processes. And I'm feeling like also you're trying to transfer those emotions and trying to share them with others. And you're trying to be more diplomatic, to know yourself better. This is like very emotional, is half pragmatical, half emotional in here. That's why those are two sides of your labyrinth and your sphere, and you're learning how to move between the two to offer better results, in group. That's very beautiful of yours. I feel like this is some sort of authority, tradition card as well. So mind the volume. I'm going to use some dice in here for you. This is the final key that you can, interpret with me. Pile 3. If I were missing, this is so beautiful. A note. This is music. This is also for the good vibes that you give to other, and this is a special exchange. I'm feeling like on the other end that this could be also for the way you speak, the way you involve other people by dancing. I'm feeling like I have many images when you are in the countryside, sharing this abundance around a fire with wine and, drinking and singing with a guitar and the fire, I'm feeling like this could be also very artistic, also very delicate and of introspection. And I'm feeling like maybe you can be very artistic. For some of you, this could be, I'm not saying songwriter or singer, but I'm feeling like one of your hobbies could be, or your gifts, maybe this is not your career, but I'm feeling like this is one element that can help you share your things and also being, inclusive in the group with one another, Very interesting reading. So this is very meaningful for me as well. So this was everything for the moment, dear Pile 3 and Explorer. If you want, you can comment and like if you resonate with something that applies to your case. I'm very grateful for having you here, so thank you for sharing your energies with me today. I hope that you enjoyed too, and if you want, you can also mind, clicking the bell to stay updated and in our flow. So thank you for this adventure. Your key is music. Remember that, okay? This is an extra for you. This is your special gift as well, your star, okay? So you have my blessing, and I wish you the very best of luck with your career as well. I hope to see you soon.